I dream that I'm looking for some girls to have some connection between us. And this is a frequent and recurring motif in my dreams. Then I'm in a room with three girls, and we are sitting on a big couch, just talking and joking, just relaxing. And at some point, I hear loud conversations coming from another room. So I'm trying to make a joke from it and start shouting loudly and seriously at them. Hey, shut your mouth over there. I'm talking now. But it was meant like a joke, as a joke, intentionally exaggerated anger, just to see their reaction. Will they understand it's a joke and laugh from it? And also to observe the reaction of the girls in my room, which are with me, even though in reality there is no reason for me to be angry, since we are just sitting and chatting in a relaxed atmosphere. So the people in the other room quiet down, and one of the girls comes from there and sits next to me. Wordlessly, I think, good, sit here, it will be more fun with us. So I think for myself, okay, she just accepted it as a joke, good for me and for all of us. And I'm just hug her, touch her. She responds in the same way, and so we are just chilling. Then I'm walking down the street behind some couple, and we are approaching the entrance of some Gothic cathedral. The guy just goes somewhere else, and the girl goes inside the cathedral. She looks dark-skinned with beautiful curly hair, and I already like her. And I'm going inside as well, since for some reason I'm as well need to go there. I just don't know why. So we are inside, and then she walks down a tall staircase, and I'm following her for the whole time, just behind her. So, as I mentioned, for some reason I also need to go where she is going, downstairs. And about halfway down, she just disappears behind a high step. It looks for me very strange, but it is what it is, and I just keep going, taking few more steps down, and turn the right behind the corner. And there I enter a vast lower hall in Gothic style as well. There are white vaults and enormous space, which I wouldn't expect to find underground. It looks for me epic and impressive. I'm just shocked. In the end, I find myself standing on a small balcony and see some faint glimmers of light, though it's unclear where they come from. And at that moment, I start thinking, I feel some fear, and start thinking maybe I shouldn't go further. This feels kind of scary, even though there is no obvious reason to be afraid yet. Then I remember in dream that Carljung said not to run away in dreams, so I make some effort and stay there. And later, intuitively, I turn to the left, and there stands what seems to be my reflection, even though there are no mirrors. But it's not looking at me as a mirror reflection would. It's looking straight ahead toward the hole. And I think it's very, very strange. It doesn't function like it's a reflection, but it is I see it's clearly me, just slightly different. He looks a little bit mystical or mysterious and malevolent. That's the word that comes to mind, as if it has something bad in mind. So I look at him and start feeling an icy horror inside, and my body start trembling. And I remember the exact words in my mind. What the fuck? There is no way. It was so scary for me, but I can't understand why is it so scary. And at that moment, I wake up. After waking up, on a logical level, I'm thinking there was nothing objectively frightening, just some guy who looks like me, and that's it. The rooms weren't gloomy, even though they were in Gothic style. It was purely instinctive, something like animal fear that cannot be explained just logically, because there are no visible reasons that could account for such intensity of that fear. So what is this dream about? The recurring motif of searching for girls, which I dream many times before and continue to do so, it suggests my inner need for the emotional dimension in my life, for what brings vitality when consciousness is guided exclusively by rational considerations. In a man's dream, the image of a woman is almost always connected with the anima. The anima is the image of inner feminine aspect of the psyche. So at first, I'm in a relaxed atmosphere of communication and lightness, just sitting and chilling with some girls. And then I joke in an intentionally aggressive way to test the reaction. In this way, I'm just testing the boundaries of what is allowed. Will I be accepted, or will they love if I show my dark side? It may also point my fear of not being significant enough. So I need to raise my voice to be truly heard. And the girl from the other room reacts positively and just comes to me and sits next to me. So here my aggression does not destroy, but attracts, works in another way around. And perhaps there is a suppressed strength within me that I do not usually express directly in life. So later the Gothic cathedral appears in my dream. It's the classical image of the self, the archetype of psychic wholeness. It's the ultimate goal of any psychological development. So I'm descending downward in this cathedral, means I'm descending into my unconscious part, and I'm with my anima, and halfway down I remain alone, as it should be. She just acts as a guide, but from there on I must go alone and to deal with anything there just on my own. The inner spaces are grand because there are so many more things hidden there in the unconscious part of my mind, because my consciousness does not suspect, since it's not its territory. Hence my amazement at what I discover there. So I'm encountering with the reflection of myself, It's my shadow. Shadow itself, it's not the only bad things in me, but everything the ego does not recognize as mine. So anything which I just suppress into unconscious, which I not allowed in me, in my conscious life. So the qualities it manifests show what I consciously reject in myself. For example, malevolence. It's perhaps due to upbringing, to my upbringing. One must be good, and intentions and actions must be also good. So that part of myself I just suppress, and that's why I see it my unconscious life in my dreams. And my fear of my shadow suggests that it is an autonomous figure. It does not depend on my consciousness, and I do not control it. It has its own will and acts on its own. So why is the fear so animalistic? Because my nervous system or my psyche, that's my ego reaction. Because it is losing the control. My ego understands that something equally real as itself is present, but not subordinate to it. So this is not fear of an object as it is, but fear of contact with something greater, bigger than the ego. And when the ego comes too close to the deeper layers of the psyche, what arises is so-called numinous terror, a term describing the religious experience of some sacred or divine presence, combining awe, dread, trembling, and at the same time fascination and attraction. It denotes an irrational, supernatural mystery beyond everyday experience. So in my dream, I remember that Carl Jung said not to run away and stay. So this suggests that my consciousness is already prepared to work with the unconscious, but the intensity of the encounter is still too great for me. So overall, the dynamic of my dream looks like this. I'm in search for contact with the anima, my feminine part, and it testing me of my strength or readiness. Then she acts as a guide into depth of the unconscious, where I'm encountering with the shadow. And this is the classic example of initiation. In other words, a rite of passage, a stage of transition and transformation.